So it's been a while, but I'm now bringing the X6 back into the mix. We used to really enjoy flying this thing, and it's feeling a little bit left out now, so I thought I would blow the dust off it by flying it around. I was lucky enough to get the V666 controller when it was actually binding with this thing, the new ones. The bind procedure has changed, so a lot of people were unlucky enough to actually buy one of these and not get it to work. There's no real win today. What do I like about the X6? It's not the strongest of quads. It flies for about 10 to 30 minutes depending on how hard you fly it. The lights are great. The range is great. It will lift the camera, but it's not a great camera bird. It's just a fun flyer really. So here we go, back with the X6. Bringing it into the mix. I haven't flown for a while, so just getting back into the swing of things. The X6 is quite a noisy quad. I think all the big brush quadcopters now are quite noisy. You can live with that. These motors are not as big as the Tarantula X6 motors, which are in the K70 K-Dang Skyway, which I've got. I'll be flying that probably today at a different location. This one, yeah, I used to fly this a lot. Turn the lights off, don't need the lights. Yeah, you can get some good speed up with this. It is light, so if you get a strong wind, it is going to struggle a little bit, but day like today where there's only a little bit of wind, say 2 mile an hour wind, 3 mile an hour wind. I've been watching the new Tarantula and I'm not that impressed really. I like the controller. Still not a great camera bird, it's still got a lot of vibration. But I put that down to the actual build of it. It's quite a flimsy build really. So you do get a lot of vibration through the actual shell of it. So I still like it. For the range, still beats a lot of quadcopters on the range. Hasn't got the fastest yaw. The K70 is a little bit faster on this yaw. But if you're crossing over from another quad, a smaller quad, then this is a great quad to actually choose still, I think. The only thing I did with this one when I first got it, which I do with a lot of these quads, is change it to bearings instead of bushings. a nice sunny day, so I thought I'd bring it out. Still flies like a champ. It's a little bit slower than the brush quad, which I have, but the brushless, I mean, you expect that. Gotta expect it. Still a stable flyer, very stable. It's definitely still a contender for the big brush quads. I know they have altitude hold now on most of them, but as far as I can see, most of these altitude hold quads, they don't really want to come down to earth again. They seem to want to stay up there, unless you've got the auto landed. But it's great to still fly manual. As of yet, I've never really worried about a GPS quad. I think it keeps you on your toes more, a manual quad. No, altitude hold is okay, I guess, if you want to do FPV and stuff. But for me, where you start out is fully manual, full control, and I'm still flying that way now. And the new one's called the i8H, I believe. So, not overly impressed. I think I'll stick to this one. So for these big quads, to fly 10 to 30 minutes is great. The XK251 still gives me that time, that's why I bought it. But the racing quads, because of the power, they're giving you only fly for about 5 minutes. I like about 10 minutes flight at least. I normally charge quite a few batteries so I can keep on flying around. The V6 controller is a better flight with this. It's a much better flight. You can make do with this stock controller, but since I bought this, I've not gone back to it. So you've got 20, 40, 60, 80 and 100% on this. No, 40, 60, 80 and 100%, sorry. 100% will let it do auto flips, which I don't like. Like the MJX models do that as well. So you get 30 minutes flight, which is I still think it's a great time for any quad. So yeah, it's a great time still. I set the low voltage buzzer at 7.2 volts. It's not flashing yet, so fly it for a bit longer. Just bringing the X6 and the SPAC now in the mix. It's flashing now. Hand catch with that one. Just pull off the balance plug so that get rid of the noise. So there's the X6 back again. So all I've done differently is added the low voltage buzzer extender cable through the actual shell and out the back. Like I said, bearings is something that I try and do on all these to take a little bit of stress off these motors. What do I do differently to others? I use graphite lube inside the motors as well. They still burn out. I'm not sure if it actually does give you that extra life, but it seems to give you a bit more punch. So that's why I use them really. So it's the first flight of the X6 for a while anyway. Still an enjoyable flight back. Put that battery to one side. I always think it's a good idea to actually give these motors a rest. Obviously they're brushed, you know, they're making contact all the time, so they heat up more than, you know, a brushless quad obviously doesn't make contact. So I normally let them rest for a few minutes. The X6 is back once more. It's back on the track. Still loving the X6. Still, the K70 Sky Warrior from K-Dang does fly better than this, but yeah, it's not one I wanted to get rid of.